Oh, sorry about the COVID cough, everybody. I think we are live. I'm trying to figure this out in the beginning. I say it every episode, and I listened to a bunch of episodes. I finally have our RSS feed fixed, I think. If you are a audio podcast subscriber, you probably got dumped a whole bunch of episodes in the last couple of days. And there's at least going to be 4 more coming out. I'm trying to get those out. Those actually I haven't uploaded, so I'm going to probably publish those every 3 or 4 days. And eventually we're going to land on this show. So I'm apologizing to you after the fact for those of you listening to the audio podcast, and the editing, and that's going to change for the audio podcast. But here we are, live streaming on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock, like we usually do on Facebook and YouTube. I think we're supposed to have a couple different listeners tonight that told me they're going to tune in that just recently learned of the show.
Hi, a couple listeners.
And what am I thinking here? Don't have a clue where Will is. I think he's still returning from California. You know, he doesn't exactly drive a straight line. He just kind of meanders back. You can do that when you're Will. And Derek, I don't understand. He gave me this excuse. He was going to Nashville to pick up lost luggage.
Be careful.
Why is he going to Nashville to pick up lost luggage? If he knows it's in Nashville, is it still lost?
It's not lost. He's just going to pick up luggage.
That's kind of what I thought. So I thought that was a BS excuse too, but doesn't matter. Didn't tune in. So he also
so you're stuck with me.
Yeah, we're stuck with Sean tonight. Sean knows nothing about our topic. I might know some things about our topic.
I mean, I know a little bit. Honestly, who you really need, I need to call Natasha back here. Natasha knows. Well, if you're talking about like Odessa and some of the other larger salvage auctions.
Well, we had the guys on from we had the guys on from Copart 6-7 months ago, and
right.
That Cadillac Azeras ran through Copart. I should have bought the damn thing just to piss her off, but I don't know what I would do with the next Cadillac. But
no, you shouldn't have.
No, I shouldn't have. And I didn't. Somebody bought a hell of a steal on a Cadillac. They got some parts, pennies on the dollar, if even that. So we're going to chat about auctions. We might touch a little bit on what happened in Arizona. I mean, this thing behind me, 90 Dodge Colt, sold for $3,500. Not only did it sell for $3,500, it sold at Barrett-Jackson. Who would have, dreamed 5 years ago that you would have a Dodge Colt at Barrett-Jackson?
It's
let alone
it's not
just selling.
Yeah, it's not that it sold; it's that it was there. That blows my mind. Like that.
Same auction, they got $1.99 million for a Carrera GT, and on the flip side, you can go there with what do I want to say? The cash back on your credit card from buying that Porsche would buy that Colt. I mean,
yeah, it's craziness.
So
it's absolute craziness.
And that's kind of want to touch on a lot of this stuff and various auctions. Chris Harris has collecting cars. Everybody knows about Bring a Trailer and have pluses and minuses with Bring a Trailer.
Yeah,
eBay. There's so many different auction sites out there. I've got a friend that had started one. Still working on doing some high-end vehicles, but I'm not sure, it's just so competitive. I mean, we just got through 5 auctions in Arizona, and I was trying to do some research on Russo Steel, and it doesn't look like he's doing auctions anymore. It looks like he backed out of that, and he's just managing collector cars.
Russo's not doing the traveling show anymore.
On his website, he doesn't even mention auctions.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I was going, he's got a career tab here, and I like Drew.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea that they bowed out of that world.
Let's see here. Oops. Go ahead a page here, and it should load. And it's Russo Steel Collector Automobile Services, private sales, restoration, detailing, storage, and automotive consultation.
Interesting.
So I'm not saying he's not doing auctions, but yeah, I like Drew. I interned under him 20 years ago, and
That's right. That's right. We have talked about that before.
So where do we want to go? Do you what's your favorite auction site? What's your favorite auction out there? Or do you even have one?
Actually, I mean, I used to spend an inordinate amount of time fumbling around Wire Wheel. Wire Wheel has some really eclectic. I know Wire. And they're still there, man. They're still there, and they're still doing it. They have some really eclectic stuff. And it's mostly exotic or race car. They do a lot of race car stuff. And John knows this obviously, but they do a lot of Lotus. They used to have a lot of Lotus going through that.
Still does a lot of Lotus.
I
used to stop by there every time I drove to like Fort Lauderdale or Miami.
I don't even know where they're based. I just looked at them online all the time.
I could have told you before you said something to me. Vero Beach, Florida.
Okay.
Let's see here on his homepage right now, featured 1968 Lotus C Sports Racer. I have no clue what that is. That's got to be a rebody of something. 66 TVR Griffith, 05 Elise with 15,000 miles. 06 Panos Esperante GT-LM GT2. And a 73 Panther J72. I wonder if that would count.
Okay.
You know, that's just the top 5. I don't know what his complete inventory is. Some Mercedes, like you said. Lotus GTN, whatever that is. Full cage. Crawford Daytona prototype. It's got some pretty cool things down there. So you get me in trouble with this kind of stuff.
I know. It's that is the one thing about auction sites that really blows my mind. It is if you are a car person, it is a time sink. It's an absolute time dump to be able to go out and browse something like a Wire Wheel, or for me, I've actually bought a couple things off of Racing Junk over the years, and Racing Junk is everything from cars to parts and it's race cars, but more hot rods than like street cars.
But Wire Wheel's kind of a dealer. Racing Junk's kind of a classified site. Am I not?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, what's the difference though? Like if you look at what Chris Harris is doing with collecting cars, and you look at Racing Junk, the ads for the cars are kind of the same. It's not like neither of those sites are actually curating the collection like a Barrett-Jackson, right?
Well, collectingcars.com and Bring a Trailer in that, they select their cars that go on the site. They're careful. They try to vet the cars a little bit. I know Chris Harris and Collecting Cars, they've teamed up with, I know one of their North American affiliates is Matt Farah's Westside Collector Car Storage. We had Matt on summer of 2000 there, so about a year and a half ago or so, and talked about his collector car storage a little bit before it opened. But now if you could put your car on collectingcars.com and you elect, you can have your car moved to Farah's Westside Collector Car Storage, and then it's available for potential bidders to see without coming to your home or your estate, and without you having to really be there. I mean, I believe Matt's guys will let you see the car. I don't know how much they'll let you touch it and handle it without you there, but you know, they're kind of doing, that's kind of a step beyond what, say, Bring a Trailer does. And then Bring a Trailer, you're kind of, you get look at the car, and yeah, you can contact the people and hope maybe go take a look at it. But I don't think they've really improved on that. I know when we listed a car on their premium auction site, kind of when the premium auction site was new and they were only running like 10 cars at a time, you know, you could be contacted and somebody could come see the car, but you know, they took forever to get back to us. They took forever to negotiate our reserve. They took forever. I mean, it just was a long, drawn out process. And then we ended up having somebody who wanted the car, but hey, they were the underbidder, and you can't get the underbidders. the high bidder didn't want to go any higher than he was, but the underbidder was willing to go higher. And we were, kind of stuck. Eventually tracked him down and talked to him, and there were a couple things that fell through, so that deal never happened. But I kind of, I understand they're trying to protect their $5,000 or their whatever it is, $100. I can't remember. I guess it's $100 to list and $5,000 in commissions at the price range we were. But, to me, I remember when Bring a Trailer was kind of like, I can't even think of the name of the site now, but it was literally, you had to bring a trailer to get the car. Now, alloy body 300 SLs. I mean, it's kind of different. Yeah, it's probably still going to go on a trailer, but it's kind of a different trailer.
Yeah, they've gone, they truly have gone crazy upscale. They've gone crazy upscale, but then there's still some, $10, $12, $15,000 stuff on there as well.
I mean, you can't knock them. I mean, they follow the money, and obviously the original founders have now sold to another company, and even the original founders are out of it. I think it was Randy. I can't think of his name, but he was one of the originals into Bring a Trailer, and it's progressed on. And now we're dealing with, what do I want to say? Well, I guess where I wanted to go is there's no site for those literally Bring a Trailer cars anymore. Where do you go to list? You got a $4,000 MGB. Where do you go to list it?
Are we building a website now, John? Is that what's up? Is that what this show's about? The new website launch? It's not. It's or is it? I don't know. Maybe you're doing something that I don't know about.
I was going to say, I know somebody that supposedly has all the stuff built, but I think you might have been the guy telling me about that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not,
I was actually.
So
the skeleton's there if we wanted to do it. The skeleton is definitely.
Yeah, he didn't want to give it up because honestly, I went in and tried to buy it from him.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, and he had no interest, and I had a lot of financial backing for it. I mean, it wasn't me buying it with the $23 in my pocket that day. That was me buying it with solid six figures behind me. And he refused to sell it. No, I'm going to get around to it one day. Just like that damn car in the yard with the tree growing through it.
That was a mistake. That was a mistake on their part.
We threw out cash offers. We threw out cash plus, royalties, and it all just kind of. But it would be neat to somebody to put together a site like that. And I mean, you're going to chase the money. You can't blame it. The money's always there, but I don't know. So, I mean, I just don't, I guess that's kind of my thing, is where all these sites have went is they're catering to very well curated lower end cars or crazy money cars. And I don't know, what do we have on Chris Harris's site right now?
I'm actually looking at his page right now, and the front page starts with a 94 E36 M3 Coupe for $33,700. And that's the cool thing and the difficult thing about Chris's site is it's global if you want it to be. So like, I guess you can probably narrow it down by region, but right now I'm looking at cars all over the world on his page, and there's New South Wales, Victoria, and then you go to Hong Kong, and then you go to, it's crazy.
If you go to the upper right there's a global and then a U.S. flag.
Yeah, so, I see it.
You got a Gallardo, you got a R8 GT, got a Challenger SRT, Hellcat, Bullet Mustang. Oh, the one he was talking about on a recent show, the 91 Porsche 964 Baja.
Prototype. Is this an actual factory car?
I don't believe so. Built by Russell Built Foundation or something. It looks like
Russell Built Fabrication.
But like I said a couple episodes ago, somebody I heard on another podcast was saying that there's going to be a factory Safari.
Yep. There's going to be a 992 Safari, and I don't hate that idea.
Now you can get that one. I'll get the Lamborghini Safari, and we'll go off-roading.
Do you like the Lambo Safari? I don't really dig it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it doesn't have provenance or what, but it's the Porsche stuff. Every time I see a Porsche Safari, all I think is Rothmans and Baja, and it makes me happy.
People think about it. People know it. Everybody's going to have one. How many are going to be in the Rothmans colors? I mean, I remember when they introduced the, I can't remember. They went from the 987 to what was the Boxer after the 987? They dropped the numbers drastically. 91. But whatever it was, they brought 91. The 3 out to Barbers, and they had the Rothmans, they had the Martini, and then they had, I can't remember if they had the Pink Pig or whatever. Liveries all wrapped on them, and boy, I'll be honest, it looked good in the Rothmans, but I don't know if I want to cater to that. But think about it: you're gonna do the Porsche Safari production car. They're saying it's not going to be limited numbers or anything. Everybody on the block's going to have one. Your farmer neighbor's going to have one of that. I bet you there's still only going to be 9 people in the country with the Lamborghini Safari.
Right?
Isn't the thing not to see yourself coming and going?
Unfortunately, there's a lot more people in the country with the Urus or Urus or whatever you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, we put up that cool picture on the website if you hadn't seen it. That had the Urus towing the Aventador.
I pronounced that Urus. Urus. Ugh, it's so bad. It's just so bad.
Oh, I kind of like it. I get it, but
why wouldn't you?
I think I would want to get me an LM002 first, at least prove yourself, and then get the wussy.
I just don't like it. For anyone who has $400,000 to spend on an Aztec, grab you one. Have fun with it.
I like Aztecs though.
There's been a couple that have popped up lately that are modded that I kind of dig. I really like the one it's painted black. It's got the gold flaming chicken on the hood.
Oh, I remember we had that on the show a couple years ago.
The honeycomb wheels.
Oh, I remember back at the.
They actually look kind of cool.
I remember back at the 2000 Chicago Auto Show taking a ton of pictures of it because it was kind of revolutionary, and turns out it was just 18, 19 years ahead of its time.
Stuff like that happens all the time. I mean, I am getting back to auctions, man. I'm looking at Harris's his American page. There aren't a whole lot of vehicles listed on here from.
Well, he's worldwide.
From America.
So.
But there are
people in the U.S. are learning about it. So I don't know if I was, I don't know if I would throw my car on there quite yet.
I might. I have one I might do it with. Just to see. I mean, I'd pop a reserve on there and put it wherever. Like it depends on what they charge. That's the other side of this is, there's charge to list and then there's commission after sale kind of things. And it depends on how they have how that's structured for them.
6 days left on that 15 GT3. It's right now at $911.
I'm pretty sure it's going to go for more than that.
And I'd give $2,000 for the 07 911 turbo.
At 430 F1, I think I'd probably have no issues going at least 450 for that one. For a 2007 Ferrari F430, I don't like the F1 gearbox, but I wonder what that car will go for. But the one this is odd, man. It's like Baja 911, BMW Z8. There's a wide body. There's a Hellcat Red Eye. There's a Audi R8 GT. There's all these crazy cars. A 2015 Porsche GT3, and then there's a 79 Mercedes-Benz 450 SEL 6.9. I want that one. there's all these exotics and high end stuff. But it's cool seeing that he'll put a 79 450 Benz on the site, because that's one of the issues that I've had with a couple other pages. I have that car that I'm talking about, and it's tough to get it listed. It's, unless it is either perfect or a super / hyper car, it's tough to find an online auction site that wants anything to do with it, because they want the craziness for the clicks, right? Like they're trying to drive traffic. And
it just crossed my mind is I keep meeting software developer after software developer. I guess I need to find one who actually can code and create things, and maybe we've got an idea.
I mean, there's always an idea.
Sorry, Keith, I'm going to take a drink. I'll turn my mic down though.
Who were you talking to? What just happened?
The guy who asks about was asking about vanity plates on his his Facebook page today. Or
okay.
He complains about people who eat and drink on podcasts.
Oh, well then cheers, Keith. I didn't mute my mic.
No, that's okay. You got a horrible mic anyway, so
it's not a bad mic.
I've got one sitting over here in a box. We need to get you.
I have 6 mics laying around here, and all of them are horrible. And the ones that I've tried to use, I have 2. I've got that little Tascam board that you recommended years ago.
No,
and
I never recommended that. I never recommended that. You bought that. You told me you got it, and I said you should have talked to me, because I got a broken one in my pile of stuff.
Both of those are terrible, and the mics that are XLR only are.
No, I've got a really nice USB XLR mic, brand new in the box. I bought on a special, so we can get that over to you.
All right.
I bought it for Brandy, but I guess I'll give it to you, and I'll get her a nice mic.
Oh, that's very nice of you. I appreciate that.
She never wants to talk on the podcast, though.
There's a 2006 Panos Esperante GTLM GT2 on wire wheel that you can get for the low, low sum of $209,000.
Basically $196 million worth of cars in 10 days.
That was Scottsdale this year.
Yep. RM moved 43. I'm not doing the points here. They'll eventually round out. But if you say 46 and 43, or 196 and 43, 9. So we're at 139. 239. Bonhams moved 12. So we're at 251. Worldwide moved 10. So we're at 261. Gooding moved 7. So we're at 268. So $250 million worth of cars sold in a week out in Arizona. Yeah. I don't understand. Nobody has a job. Nobody can hire anybody. And
people are spending money like water, man.
Yeah, the inflation on cars is outpacing the inflation on hamburgers. I don't understand the rhyme or reason of this world.
I'm sitting here looking at a 1975 Honda Mini Trail 50. It's a Honda Mini Trail 50. It sold for almost $4,000.
They were kind of doing that when I left Barber. So
that's $500 worth of pit bike on a good day.
No, on a good day, it's $4,000 worth of pit bike.
Evidently, that's an overwhelmingly unbelievable day. That's craziness. And the weird thing is, evidently, there were a bunch of little Z50s and mini trails that sold at Barrett. All kinds of. Oh, here we go. This sold at Barrett. 1980 Honda Atc 110. What in the world? $10,000.
I recently met somebody who actually operates 3-wheelers instead of 4-wheelers. there's something to be said. I don't know.
$10,000 for an ATC 110.
Yeah, you might think that is on a 250 Big Red, but
the 250R or the 350 or the 250X, perfect, maybe, or one of the Tri-Z Yamaha, or Kawasaki had a 3-wheeler for like 2 years. It was pretty.
I had a Kawasaki 50.
Not the Kawasaki had a proper race 2-stroke 3-wheeler for a couple of years. I don't remember what the.
No, I had a gasoline.
I remember it.
50cc thing. I was only like 12 at the time.
But oh my God, the world has gone insane, John.
Well, I just looked at the 05 Jaguar S-Type. Take a guess. 05 Jaguar S-Type. It doesn't give the miles on it. 6-speed automatic, 4.2 liter. I'm not seeing mileage, so I'm guessing it's not low miles. Take a guess on what that sold for.
The 05S, an 05S type?
Yeah.
That's the one with the weird front end.
Yeah, kind of.
Decent mileage. What it should be, in really good shape, it should be like a $14,000 car.
Yeah, you might have nailed that one. It sold for 11.
Okay.
79 Camaro Coupe,
or as we like to call, hunk of junk. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? I said that out loud. 79 Camaro Coupe. Is it like, what is it?
Certain people are, it just looks like a Berlinetta. It's not a Z28, doesn't have the wings, has aftermarket Kragers or something like that on it. A tan interior. And see, if I was there, I would almost have to see if I could buy this thing because it's in fuchsia. So it's not original color.
Not factory paint.
Yeah. I mean,
not factory
I'm saying
wheels.
this thing actually went for reasonable money. This was $8,250.
That sounds about right. I was going to say backside of 10.
The engine was replaced.
This is actually kind of fun. Keep digging.
Engine was replaced at 236,000 miles.
It sounds about right. Okay, here's some. I mean, there obviously there are some things on here that are going for, and I'm looking at Barrett too. I'm looking at stuff that just sold at Barrett. I'm looking at a 1984 Corvette.
I just
gold metallic. Did you see that one? Did you look at it?
I went by it. I didn't look at the numbers.
Okay, then I'm gonna keep going, and you're gonna guess. Gold metallic, black interior. Well, it's not black interior. It's tan interior. So they got that wrong. Crossfire, 4-speed auto, blah blah blah. Of course,
it's a standard 84 Camaro in gold.
Standard 84 Corvette. Doesn't say mileage. In condition. It's okay.
$8,000.
You're a little low. It went for 9,900, but that does seem a little high.
That's a little high.
A little high, but not crazy.
Yeah, I mean, these are Monday cars at Barrett-Jackson, or Tuesday, first day cars. So
I'm all right with Monday cars. I mean, there's some stuff in here though that like I would like to have. There's a 63 Ranchero. I'm all about that. I'm all about a 63 Ranchero with a little 289 in it. Now I want to know what. Oh, well, that one went for 14.3, but it's pretty. It's actually had some work done to it, and it's clean.
So I was going to say, here's something for
that's
Derek,
totally
but
drivable.
it's a 1958 Bliss Surrey carriage. Who the hell was building carriages in 58?
Bliss was doing that. It
Obviously.
says so right there. What else is cool? Oh. Now that is a time machine. Oh my God, it sold for that.
And what are we talking about?
1990 Chevrolet Suburban 350.
Oh, I blew past that one. I was thinking, boy, that'd be a really good comp for Will's Tahoe.
That is straight up retro cool. It's a 90s time capsule, man. It's a 350 turbo whatever 90s looking retro swoopy orange, purple, and gray paint
it was
job.
Typical 80s or 90s era mini truck lowrider.
Yeah, it looks like maybe some Boyd's wheels or something like that on it. And it went for 10.
Oh, I was going to say 20.
It went for 10. That seems crazy low. There was last year, the year before, they had at Barrett. They had
you keep going. There's a couple more lowriders after that.
Okay, I'll keep looking. Yeah, there was a F-150 pre-runner build that sold at Barrett a couple years ago, and this is like a 95 or 96 F-150, but proper pre-runner build, like was actually used to pre-run the Baja for a team. It sold 2 years ago for like $15,000. It had $25,000 worth of shocks on it and suspension. It was.
I remember that one. You talked about that on the show.
I wanted it so. I was like, my God, I would have given. Here, have this arm. You can have it. That kind of money for something like that is bonkers. 66 Beetle. I'd take that.
You want to talk about bonkers money? I got out of Barrett and I went over to RM Sotheby's. 67 Porsche 912.
I mean, a 60. What kind of shape?
Well, it's Sotheby's, so it's going to probably. I don't have a description of it, but you can assume it's in really good shape.
$90,000.
84.
Okay, I'm close.
I was going to say 2 cars after it, they did a 300 SL Gullwing for 1.7. So,
yeah, well, it's a Gullwing. So,
God, that surprises me. 812 supercharged Cord, 184 Cabriolet.
The 1970, the 1971 cream tan top.
37 812, yeah. Well, I'm on Sotheby's site, so.
Oh, you're on Sotheby's. I'm looking at that's weird because on Barrett there's a 1970 Cord 812 convertible recreation.
Does it have the head? Can you see the headlights, or does it have the pop-ups?
You can see the headlights.
Because in 70 there was a company doing the 810, and it was 8/10 scale also.
Really? Yeah, this is factory rebuilt by Samco. 812 Sportsman convertible recreation. V8 auto, solid one-piece fiberglass. Royal Tex body. Do you know who that is?
Now, here's a good comparison. And I'm going to say we know it. Barrett-Jackson, the 04 Carrera GT sold for 1.9. I think it's 1.996. 2015 918 Spider, million even at Sotheby's. Right after it, 87 Porsche 959 Comfort, 1.6 million.
I'm shocked that the 918 only went for $1 million.
Oh, sorry, that's my 1.6. My eyes are bad.
I'm shocked that it only went for 1.6.
No, 1.6 seems like solid. It seems about right on the money right there.
I figured that was a $2 million car today.
No, not quite yet. There's some unknowns about it, I think, in the collector car world, being, kind of one of the first hybrids, is how, what's this car going to be like when it hits 8 years old, and the batteries and, it's going to be interesting to see how to maintain that.
There'll be people out there like mulling over, how do we decouple the hybrid system?
I might come to that.
It might have to come to that.
86 Testarossa for 162.4, and 10 years ago you could have bought that for 62.
I have never liked Testarossas. Just gonna say it out loud for the world to know.
We can't help you if you don't know a good looking car.
Testarossa. You want the other Ferrari that I don't like? You probably already know. I'll give you two guesses. And then there was silence, which makes for really good podcasting.
You like the 355 and the
love the 355, the 348, all of the threes. I really dig. Actually,
you're probably going to throw out that you don't like the either the Enzo or the Daytona.
I despise the Daytona.
Stupid. I think you did. What did Miami Vice ever do to you?
The Daytona is just boring.
What did Miami Vice ever do to you?
And the Testarossa is way too. It's just trying too hard, man. I respect Don Johnson. Tubbs is cool. I have no issues with those guys. It's the cars.
I have issues in their taste in women. I mean, Gina was kind of cute, but I mean, this show, Miami, you could have probably got a little bit hotter, people to work Vice. But it's
fun scrolling through here and seeing what sold and what it brought. That's kind of cool.
DeLorean motor cars sign. This supposed
DeLorean motor car sign, like an original dealer sign.
Yeah,
like the big sign out front.
I don't have a picture of it, but that's what I'm guessing. Let me see if I can get a picture of it.
If it's the original sign and it lights up and it's in good shape, $9,000. How far off?
I've got a picture of it. It's the original. I guess it doesn't get any. Let's see here. Ooh. Let's see here. Let's see here. I'm trying to pick which screen to share. There you go.
All right. $4,000. It's not the big one on the outside of the building. It's just one that hangs inside, right?
I don't know how to make the picture get smaller again.
Am I close at $4,000?
Not even.
Really?
Nope. There you go.
Jesus.
$20,000. You could almost remember there was a day you could almost buy a DeLorean for that.
Yeah. Yeah. To whoever spent that money on that sign, I have multiple things I would very much like to talk to you about buying. My God, that doesn't even make sense at all. How about a 73 Lotus Europa? Is that something that John Viviani?
Oh, that's something I get a little bitter about because I sold mine too cheap. Fully restored this day and age, 20 should be about right, but did it go for 25?
What'd you sell yours for?
Well, mine needed restoration and that, and I sold mine for 8.
Okay. This one actually looks like it's in really good shape. DCOE carburetors, it's big valve, high performance swing cam, blah 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 blah. It's white.
73 would be always a twin cam.
White interior, 18,150.
White interior wouldn't be original.
It's pretty. I mean, it is. It's a good looking car.
One thing about a Europa that was told to me by a guy, I believe he did pass away. Sorry. But every Europa that came into the United States was immediately repainted.
Really?
Because Lotus, they kind of believed in customer R&D to begin with. They come up with a car, build it, sell it, and then fix it as it went on. But with the Europas, as they were originally built painted and used in Great Britain. And then they were built, painted, shipped to the United States. And when you get into California and Arizona and New Mexico and Nevada, the paint would bubble off of the cars. So they basically had to sand them all down to bare fiberglass, reprimer them, and repaint them so that the paint wouldn't come off the cars.
That is weird. That's very weird.
So I've hopped over to Worldwide. Duesenberg Model J engine plus grill. Not a chassis, on a nice, square tube stand. $775.
I was just, I don't know the first thing about Duesenbergs. I am not the right guy to even be.
Here's one. It's a muscle car. 70 Dodge Hemi Challenger RT hardtop.
Original or hot rod?
Looks fairly original. They don't have any further description.
No motor, no trans descriptions, or
nope.
What color?
Dark green. It looks like.
Okay.
So keep in mind, I made a $600,000 error on a 918 too.
Right. I mean, there's the disparity between a small engine car and a big block car and just all kinds of different stuff it makes it
small
tough,
engine car. It's a Hemi. They only made one kind of Hemi. They didn't have a small block, a big block Hemi.
Okay, I didn't hear you say that.
Sorry. Hemi Challenger RT.
Okay. 70?
$329.
$329,000?
Yes, US.
Jesus.
68 Hemi Charger RT.
Well, I mean, going off the past number, $1 million. I'm sorry, $1 million.
192.
Jeebus. So it was. Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Sorry. I know. My brain juxtaposed. I went modern. I went modern on that. I wasn't even thinking.
Some of these numbers here.
I wasn't even thinking 426 car. I really
some of these cars here at Worldwide were reasonable money.
There's a 71. Do you say how do you pronounce it? Citroen or Citroen?
Citroen. I believe. I stayed at a hotel in Carlisle once with the whole Citroen owners club. And that was a long conversation and a lot of beers.
Gotcha. There's a DS21, 71 DS21 that went for at Barrett. It looks like it's in really good shape for 21 grand. And I kind of dig those cars. They're just weird enough to make me happy.
I really wish Derek was here because I want his guess on a 1907 Schnatch high wheel runabout.
What?
SCHACHT.
Schnott. Schnott? Is it really Schnott?
That's how I pronounced it.
Schnott.
It's like 43 grand. And I mean, the 10 T Touring was 50. The 09 REO 5-passenger Touring is 40. I mean, who's ever selling these cars off is probably selling them at the right time. Because, limited want for them, but those are, serious numbers.
People are spending crazy cash right now, John. And I can't figure out what's driving it. Like, what are the factors behind prices doing what they're doing?
I don't know, because it's not like the stock market's doing bad. Usually when the stock market goes bad, people put their money into art and cars. The stock market seems to be humming right along. Crypto world's humming right along. I didn't look. I need to go back and see if
it's a precursor. It's a precursor to Armageddon, maybe. I don't know, man. People
I have no clue, but not the way they talked about them at Barber. This seems low, but 13 Excelsior Autocycle 4C motorbike. We're 30 grand, 29.1 actually.
Sounds like they need to buy it. Hell, maybe they did. maybe Barber.
What a dumb listing. Portrait of two American champ icons by John Lamb.
Who is it?
I don't know who the guy on the left is. And he's in a Ferrari shirt. It's not Surtees, I know that. But if he's in a Ferrari shirt, how's he an American champ? It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe it's Phil
He could
Hill.
be an American that drove.
I bet you that's it. It's Phil Hill and Mario Andretti. Okay. Now, why wouldn't you put portrait of Phil Hill and Mario Andretti by John Lamb? You know, keywords there.
They're assuming a lot. They're assuming that the only people that are going to want to bid on that are going to know who they are, probably, which they're not entirely wrong in that assumption.
So these are steals. Ferrari Amelia Bronze by Lawrence Braun, $620. Fiat 508S at the Amelia by Steve Pozzone, $708. These are obviously with commissions.
This is artwork.
Yes. Okay. And Mercedes 18100 at Speed by Lee O. Bestian, $726. I mean, that seems like really reasonable money for bronze sculptures.
Lee and I went to different schools together. We go way back. We're like this. Oh, oops, can't do that. We're like this. 1981 AMC Concord sold at Barrett-Jackson this year. 81 AMC Concord Wagon, 285 6-cylinder engine, mated to an automatic transmission, equipped with a factory climate control system, power disc brakes, power steering, bucket seats, leather-wrapped steering wheel, AM/FM stereo, no cassette, deluxe wheel covers, tinted glass, and a remote passenger mirror. What
I got a six.
do you spend for all that goodness? I need your bid. I need to know what you're paying for all that goodness, all that AMC goodness. An AMC Concord station wagon. 1981. Then this is an absolute bargain. You should go ahead and get your wallet out, John. $8,800.
Ooh, I've paid double.
That is actually that car is weird enough. That car is strange enough for that to be, I think, decent money if it runs and drives well. It looks decent. I mean, it looks as good as a beige with lower panel wood grain and calamine lotion colored interior AMC could look. But it's such a bizarre car that $8,800 it's worth that just to say you owned it for a little while.
Trying to decide if Gooding was actually showing good money here or not. They have a 65 Shelby 427S Cobra SC Cobra replica by Kirkham.
Ooh, those are nice. Kirkham does really nice stuff.
Sold for 110.
What?
If anybody wants one, I think I know somebody who would be competitive on that price who has one. Really nice car.
I might know them. I think I do know them. And if it's the one that I'm thinking of, and I do know them, it is a very nice car.
I have a feeling you know them.
I've actually been in that car. That is a very nice car. Kirkham makes really.
He has a part right next to his original Cobra.
Yeah, then
and his other Cobra replica.
I know.
67 Volkswagen Type 2 Deluxe Microbus. It is an 18 window.
I've had 2 microbuses. I've had 2 splits. I am so out of touch on valuation for them because they became unobtainium about 15 years ago. I stopped paying attention. Is it in really, really, really good shape?
Yes.
250 grand.
No. 107.
It's still unobtainium, but it's it's intriguing. Like
what did I quote the Cord at that I talked about earlier?
I don't remember.
1 point. No,
I have a concussion. I don't remember. I can plead concussion.
I don't know what went. I know what auction had it, but 812. There it is. 184 for 37 812 supercharged cabriolet Cord. That was at RM Sotheby's. At Gooding, they sold a 37 Cord 812 Westchester sedan custom. Now, I don't know what custom about it. It doesn't look custom. 275. Why is the heck a four-door?
I don't know.
I'm guessing this is an original conditions 57 356A Speedster.
All right, I need what you would place a dollar figure at on this one. 2012 Fisker Karma, original driveline, 26,500 miles.
Is this a celebrity-owned car? Because I know a couple celebrities are unloading their car recently.
Doesn't say it is. Doesn't say celebrity-owned or anything. It just says power seats, premium sound, nav, Bluetooth, software update. Who cares? Comfort package.
That car's funny. It's got a funny following.
26,500 miles, 2012, silver in color.
30 grand.
You're close. You're really close. 32,450. The only Fiskers, the only Karma anyway that I'd care about are the ones that Lutz got a hold of.
Yeah. Put the V8s in.
Yeah, those were cool.
Put the exhaust pipe out of smart area. Do you realize one of the big problems with Fisker is the 4-cylinder generator motor that it has? The exhaust exits behind the left front wheel.
Yeah.
So when you roll down your window in the driver's side and try to
just get wafted in, yeah. I can't remember what show, but I saw that somewhere.
62 Volkswagen Type 2 23 window deluxe microbus.
62?
Yep.
23 window?
23 window Type 2.
Restored?
Yep.
Restored or modded?
Looks restored. It's got a luggage rack on it.
If it's done really well, it's at least a $200,000 bus.
Nope. They gave this one away.
130?
86.9.
What?
And that was a sale price.
That is an unintelligent person.
You put them in at no reserve. You take what you can get.
That is a
and that, you know what that might have suffered is
stupidity.
Is the other one. The other one was an earlier lot number, so it probably ran first. What's the odds of two people wanting microbuses at Gooding? And,
well, if Gabriel Iglesias
and the first one got soft money to begin with. This one got really soft money.
That doesn't even make sense, dude.
This Gooding seemed to get really soft money. 74 Dino GTS, 374. That seems a little bit light for right now.
That's 50% of that bus's value.
What did you have the C-Tron DS21 earlier? Do you remember what the number was on that?
71, like 23.5, I think.
This is a 66 Citroen DS Concord. It went for 115.5 at Gooding. And wow. If you want to buy a Mercedes right now, I think, and buy it right and have some upside to it, 78 Mercedes-Benz 450 SL. Anything in this body style SL, I think, is the car to buy right now. The 74 to 89 SLs. I don't know what the chassis number is. I don't do chassis numbers.
I agree with your year range. It's just the wrong model.
$15,400.
Wow.
European headlights in it too, it looks like. So I don't know if it was originally a European car or not. It has a hard top. I don't know about the soft top. I don't know if these pictures. Yeah, this will change.
Not restored. That has to be a driver.
I'm not getting.
That has to be a driver. There's no way that.
Owned since new by famed Hollywood actor James Darren. Highly original and well kept, so not restored. Garaged at a single Beverly Hills home since new in 1978. Retains period car phone and both tops. True time machine. Estimate $15,000 to $20,000. Sold on the low end at $15,400.
That seems crazy low on that.
107 series Mercedes. That's what you want to buy is 107 series.
80s. I'm still reeling at 87 grand for a 23 window in any semblance of decent shape.
Well, I can get descriptions here. I just found out. Let's see here.
That does not make sense at all. Like at all.
Let's see. I'll give you. Let me touch on the description here.
I don't know if I want to know. It's going to hurt my heart.
Rare and iconic microbus with 23 window configuration. Excellent presence and two-tone livery. Desirable features include 3-row seating, upgraded 1600cc dual port engine and 12-volt electrics, updated 4-speed freeway flyer transaxle. Estimate on it was 70 to 90.
That's crazy low for a 23. Bonkers low.
And the other one, the one that went for 115, or excuse me, 107. There's rotisserie restoration to show quality by Volkswagen experts ISP West. Professionally converted from 13 window. That's it. It's a conversion from 13 window to 21 window sunroof configuration.
That's the problem.
Accompanied by restoration photos and records, highly detailed, extremely correct presentation, finished in gorgeous colors of cumulus white and sea blue.
It's probably absolutely beautiful. But that's the low money on that is because it was converted to the 21. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
I mean, it hit dead middle of the estimates.
Yeah, an original 21 window is not in perfect condition, is not selling for 80 grand, and it ain't gonna happen. And if you find one, just mortgage everything and buy it immediately. Found a 73 Baja just for the gentleman we talked about earlier who doesn't like people drinking on stream. Cheers, Keith. 73 Baja. Really nice actually. Sort of a looks like an 80s kind of restoration type deal on it. 1941 engine. 94 millimeter pistons, single rubber downdraft, of course, is Stinger exhaust, aluminum valve covers, remote oil filter. It's got all of the bolt-ons that you would have on a Baja from this era. Looks like it's set up like a Class 11 race buggy. 15 grand, and it's perfect. So, Keith, you can either keep building yours or you can just buy one of these. Be done with it. Birosh Banyo just said var.red, whatever that means.
Yeah, we've got a couple of those in the last 2 weeks.
Birosh Banyo. We had comments from Birosh Banyo and Roland Shitty.
You want to delete those, but we are the #1 automotive podcast in Latvia.
In Latvia?
I think so. I deleted the charts. So.
We're massive in Latvia. So. How could we not be? Really. I mean, as much as
top 400 in the U.S. again,
we have our fingers on the pulse of everything automotive in Latvia. We have for a long time, John.
To let you know, we have 8 downloads in that country. It's probably all our electric car talk and the infrastructure they have for that.
8 downloads get you to number 4.
They've got you. You know, we got all the Gilligan guys on their little exercise bikes, you know, charging batteries for electric cars.
That makes me so happy, dude. It's unreasonable levels of happiness. 73 thing with a little bit of lift and some slightly aggressive off-roady looking tires on it. $19,000. That seems crazy, but okay. I don't think this is really what we had in mind when we were talking about automobile auctions, but we filled an hour.
Well, we kind of touched on it, and we got yeah. I mean, this kind of the fun thing is to guess, and the listeners are guessing along with us.
Honestly, this is the fun thing about automotive auction sites, though, is being able to go online and dig deep into what's out there, and
that actually sat live during these auctions. And the problem is it's just illegal to, you know, transmit the audio or something.
You can't transmit the audio. Yeah.
You have to listen to it in one headphone and, you know, have your show in the other headphone and, you know, try to do it. Now, granted, if you have listeners, they can watch it live, etc. But I think going back and reviewing and just kind of guessing, picking out interesting cars and popping them at each other. You know,
no, it's cool.
Cars that I have no clue about, cars that you have no clue about.
It's definitely cool. 73 Falcon Sprint convertible. I am all in, and I don't even like convertibles at all.
But I think what I've learned in this conversation, the money is reasonable or absolutely crazy.
Yeah, there's no in between. There doesn't seem to be any in between at all. It's either, oh, I could maybe actually buy that, or holy crap, why? Like this 63 Ford Falcon Sprint, it looks really nice. Red interior, 260 V8, 3-speed manual on the column. Don't know, let's see, recent maintenance over the last 10 years. I'm not going to go through all that, but a lot of stuff has been done to this car, and it looks to be in really good shape if you wanted to buy something like this and drive it. $17,500 for a 63 Falcon.
I'm about ready to wrap the show up, but I want you to type into your little search window if you can.
Me?
Yeah. Lot number 1298.1.
In Barrett?
Yep. 1298.1 should bring it up.
1298.1.
If not, I'll share my screen.
98.1. Lot number 1298.1. Am I looking at a new Silverado?
Kind of.
I mean, do you want to share that on the screen before I rip it to shreds, or do you want, because
what do you mean? It sold for $266.
286.
286. See, me making my 20. Hey,
I'm gonna get you some glasses.
I've only screwed up $620,000. I mean, that's about the income from one podcast.
You want me to rank that on a scale from 1 to abomination?
Well, you were the one complimenting the Bandit Edition Aztec earlier.
And that actually looks better than this truck. That's hideous.
Do you think those seats are actually stitched by Burt Reynolds?
They used Burt Reynolds' mustache hair and dyed it blonde.
The dashboard graphic is Bandit 700 horsepower.
It's terrible.
I'm sorry. I got to see if I can make this even bigger.
It's so bad.
If you're an audio listener, you need to at least watch the last 5 minutes.
The
picture is ridiculous. The picture's like a rendering. They don't even have real pictures.
Yeah, they don't have a picture of the truck at all. Like, I guess it exists. I mean, they sold it.
The interior pictures exist, but they have zero exterior photos of this. It's all renderings. And Chip Foose drunk with an amputated right arm could draw it better than this, but
I could draw it better than that. And you don't want me drawing things like that. The supposed reimagining of the Firebird is one of the worst things I've seen on a car in a long, long time. Like, it, in no way, shape, or form should that exist. And let's end the show with "Kill It with Fire."
Oh, I might have. Nope.
Do you have another one?
I thought I had a better one, but nope. We'll leave it alone.
God.
I thought I had a donked out 72 Bronco, but the picture was deceiving. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoyed us reviewing and guessing at car prices for an hour.
It was fun.
If you did, check us. Buy us a coffee. Go to nodrivinggloves.com/coffee, and it'll take you right there. You can buy us a cup of coffee. Go to nodrivinggloves.com. Check out any of the episodes. The videos will actually be uploaded to that website shortly. Everything will be tied in properly with its episodes. You'll be able to watch videos. You'll be able to listen to them. Be able to, subscribe. But most of all, tell your friends. Tell your people. Talk about the podcast. Let them know. Check this thing out. I'm going to bed, Sean.
Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I guess I need to probably move a cursor over here to end podcast because I don't have a touch monitor on here.